Oh no! Welcome to part 6 of Sonic Generations and the worst zone in the game. This is Planet Wisp. I do not like Planet Wisp, mainly because it introduces the Wisp aspect from Sonic Colors, which normally I like the Wisps, but it introduces the two worst ones, the Rocket Wisp and the Spike Wisp. We'll be seeing the Spike Wisp later. But the Rocket is probably the most situational power-up of all time. It gets you to higher ground, and that's basically it. Guess what level has the most verticality of them all? That's right, you're looking at it. Though the vertical climbing section doesn't really start until we reach the factory area. That's also when modern Sonic just for some reason turns into 2D all the time. That's another main gripe I have with this stage, mainly in modern Sonic's case, is that it's 70% 2D, and we're playing as modern Sonic. Which I know, it's a nitpick, but I'm playing as modern Sonic, so I expect more 3D than 2D. If I wanted the 2D stuff, I would play as classic Sonic, you know? So the 2-dimension to 3-dimension ratio is off. What else do I not like about this zone? Oh yeah, it's kind of long. I did mention in part 1 that I like my Sonic stages at least 4 to 5 minutes, maybe even 6. But it doesn't really work if you're doing the same things over and over again. There's the Rocket Wisp! And this is where you're doing the same thing over and over again. You're just collecting the Rocket Wisp and going up. And occasionally dodging missiles, the world's slowest missiles, that are firing at your own factory. Eggman, what are you doing? And just have a missile fire at the wall. Yeah, I know they're meant for Sonic, but you're still firing the missiles at your own facility. Like, what if they hit a gas tank or something? They're gonna blow your shit up real quick. Nice, 20 more of those rocket barriers to get through. I do like the theme to Planet Wisp though, it's very cheerful and jovial and catchy. Oh, such a good theme. I wish it was attached to a better version of this stage, but oh well. Here's a pretty cool section with minecarts. You have to ride on these things in order to get through the rest of the level. Wish the minecarts were more prevalent as opposed to rocket shenanigans, but okay then, whatever. I'll take the rockets. Rockets are fine. I'm not opposed to rockets. Okay, I am opposed to rockets. They suck. I did mention that I was going to talk about Vector in this part because he does have some interesting history. Not just because he's a detective and, you know, I like detective types, but he's also one of the earliest designs for Sonic. More specifically, Sonic's band, which comprised of Sonic, Vector, a rooster, a rabbit, and some sort of otter creature. Another couple of designs for early Sonic was some sort of ninja, at least he looks like a ninja, a duck, which looks silly, some old man, and a rabbit, which eventually turned into Rice Star. There was also Mighty the Armadillo, who, I guess disappeared forever. It's even worse than Cream, I swear. The only 3 games, or oh no, I guess it's 4 in this case. The only 4 games that Mighty has been in is Sega Sonic the Hedgehog, which is an arcade game, Knuckles Chaotix, Sonic the Fighters, and Sonic Mania Encore. And that is it. Mighty the Armadillo is pretty much an urban myth within the Sonic community. Does he exist? Does he not exist? Is he just Sonic's imaginary friend? And why does he look so much like Sonic, except he's an armadillo with a shell? Is he Sonic's long-lost cousin or something? The world may never know. And maybe it's for the best. But hey, it's not like he's, Ray the Squirrel, though. Ray's got it worse. He's only been in 2 games. But getting back to Vector, he is all in all just a side character, but he does have some importance. Mainly in Sonic Heroes and Shadow the Hedgehog. That's where the character truly shines. But overall, Vector is really more of the comic relief of Team Chaotix, and Espio is more of the serious one. The reason why I did not mention Charmy B at all is because, well, to hell with Charmy B. He is the most annoying character in Sonic history. Nobody can change my mind on it. And people will say that the raccoon girl from Sonic Rush Adventure is more annoying. No, she is well behaved compared to Charmy. I don't think I've been any more annoyed at a character in a game. Well, okay, no, there's from Freedom Planet 2. He is definitely on Charmy levels of annoying. And also, when I was younger, I hated Yuffie from Final Fantasy VII. I'm grown to like her, but the original Final Fantasy version of Yuffie was annoying. Especially when she stole all the goddamn materia. Ugh! I wonder how they're gonna deal with that in Part 3. Anyway, let's take on classic Planet Wisp. Which if you blinked and missed it, you probably would not tell the difference between classic and modern Wisp other than the music. I swear, whereas the modern version was 75% 2D, this is fully 2D, so I'll give this act a break. For now, but it introduces the worst Wisp in the game. And that was a very coy Hilltop Zone reference with the 2 springs. What the hell? Why was that there? And why were those 2 springs in Hilltop Zone to begin with? Anyway, here's the Wisp I was talking about. It's the Spike Wisp. It will help you cling onto ceilings and walls. You have to get used to the controls. The way it clings onto things is very sticky. But with the way you have to use the Spike Wisp, it's understandable because there are going to be a lot of switches in high places that you need to get to. You also have these cogs that you need to run along the wires in order to open doors. So let us do just that. Now, you can spin dash in order to move the cogs along faster. I think I like Act 1 or Classic Sonic's Planet Wisp over Modern Sonic's interpretation. There's a lot more going on here with the light puzzle elements as well as the lack of verticality, even though it still feels like you're climbing, it's not as much as in Modern Sonic's case. And even though this particular act reuses the Spike Wisp, it's not as bad as the Rocket Wisp, where it feels like you're doing it thousands of times. So yeah, Planet Wisp, or at least Modern Sonic's Planet Wisp, is my least favorite act in the game. And this is a close second, but hey, it's still a fun level. Look, it's a bad zone in a fun game. It's not like it's a terrible zone in a terrible game, am I right? Now that's torture. Looking at you, Sonic 06. And Sonic Blast. I still think Sonic Blast is way worse than 06. And people think Shadow the Hedgehog and Sonic Labyrinth are bad games. Those are misunderstood, damn it. There are rolling saw blades in the area, and the Spike Wisp will not protect you from those. Wisp, 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 bleh. I have a problem saying wisp, it's kind of awkward on the tongue. It's like saying wasp, it's something about the P at the end that just throws me off. English, what the hell is that? I'm not sure, and I'm not even sure the British know. But that's besides the point. We should be about halfway through this level. Planet Wisp is the longest zone in the game, so you have to be prepared. And I just took a dumb hit there. So what is everyone's favorite zone from Sonic Generations? Overabundance of city levels aside, I mean, there are like 5 or 6 cities in this whole entire game, and I'm stuck on the wall, get off! See what I mean when I say this thing is wonky as hell to control? The Spike Wisp is like controlling a tank without the treads. Okay, it's not that bad, but it's still pretty awful. Once you get on the cogs, then you're locked into place until you jump. Wrong way, Sonic. Go the other way. There you go. Always go right. And I just ignored that red ring. It looks like I won't be getting that artwork or music piece, whatever that could be. Sonic Generations has a pretty extensive galleria filled with concept art, movie clips from this game, as well as music pieces from other Sonic games. At least Sonic games before Sonic Generations. It's not like you're gonna find music like Find Your Flame or Fist Bump on the Sonic Generations playlist in the gallery. Or anything related to Sonic Boom, because I think that came out after Generations as well. And for my opinion on Sonic Boom, I like the cartoon. I actually like the Sonic Boom show. The games, on the other hand, the Boom games could be better, but they're also not as bad as people say. It's just hyperbole. It's kind of like Sonic Forces. You forget about the game 30 minutes after you played it. I guess some people will find that worse than having the game be absolute shit, but at least with an absolute shit game, you remember it. Like Sonic 06. Can't say the same for the Boom games. They are very vanilla, and not the good kind of vanilla. Anyway, here's the last piece of the puzzle. This time the cogs move themselves, so you have to be quick here. And there we go, fantastic. Now we can move on and finish the stage. We certainly reached for the stars on that one. And with all 9 zones complete, we finally rescue the... Oh no, this character. This freaking character. The bee.
Dude, there's the emerald! Pretty slick move, huh?
That's not fair, I need a gold shield to do that!
That was very scary, but being with you makes it all better. Yeah! Hey, you look different.
Even classic Sonic's sick of Charmy's shit. But yeah, that's Charmy B for whatever reason he's on Planet Wisp. SBO being at Seaside Hill makes sense because he was a playable character in Sonic Heroes. Vector and Charmy kind of got the short end of the stick. The reason being is because those characters did not appear in any of those games that those levels came from. Anyway, here's Silver the Hedgehog of Sonic 06 fame. Sonic, is that really you? Or are you some kind of fake sent for the Chaos Emeralds? I suck at the Silver voice, but I try my best. Silver the Hedgehog. Now, I'm gonna be real with you. He came from one of the worst video games of all time, but this character has so much potential to be great. And I will admit, I liked how Silver was written in Sonic 06, despite his utterly atrocious gameplay style. I mean, he hails from a desolated future where only Blaze the cat looks out for him. He gets duped by Mephiles in order to try and kill Sonic, which almost succeeds, but Amy intervenes. And then Silver goes through a, admittedly, sort of overly dramatic character arc where he has to learn who the bad guy is and not to kill Sonic and all that good stuff. But it works for Silver in that game at least. Now, for Silver's gameplay style. He could have been the best character in the game, or at least the most overpowered, but no. Why would they destroyed Silver? At least we have Blaze until she ends up sacrificing herself, and then we're back to shitty old Silver, who has... Admittedly, I like Silver, but he's still shitty in Sonic 06. Anyway, here's the boss fight of Silver the Hedgehog, in which case you can use his telekinesis to your advantage. He'll grab a car with the force and he'll attempt to throw it at you. That's your opportunity to use the homing attack to get to the car and make a beeline towards Silver's face. He'll also use his telekinetic beam energy attacks in order to shoot from side to side or vertically. As you can see, Silver is doing a kind of decent job of staying away from Sonic, unlike Shadow, or even Metal Sonic. I think those two boss fights are way easier than this one. But then again, this is the final rival fight, as to be expected, so that's why everything's so much harder. And Silver just phased through those cars. What? I didn't know Pothead's telekinetic powers can phase him through objects, but okay then. He's the Flash! It's no use! Shadow. Silver's got a weird voice. Which, you know, that there's nothing against the voice actor, that was just completely on the script. But I think they were trying to make Silver into, like, Teen Trunks from Dragon Ball Z. Or Future Trunks, rather. Oh, god damn it, I missed the opportunity there. But yeah, Future Trunks, the similarities, the awkward-ass haircut, the annoying voice, the, telekinetic powers, I guess, even though Trunks technically has ki power. I'm surprised Silver does not have a sword. What is going on with the camera? It seems like Sonic 06 has stayed with us throughout the whole entire 19 years. Anyway, here's the final section of Silver's fight. He's dragging along this giant junk ball. If you slow down too much, I think it kills you in one hit, so you want to keep the speed up. And there we go! It may have looked like Silver just got crushed to death by his own junk, but if you look carefully, he is at least a few feet away from it. So Silver's fine. He lives to fight another day. Though it does look janky that the junk just stops flying in the air just arbitrarily. Telekinesis, how's that work? And can we as humankind untap that potential? Probably not. Anyway, here's Blaze, who has a different type of kinesis power, pyrokinesis. The ability to control fire. She's basically Prince Zuko. Or Princess. Hey, Prince and Princess! I'm not sure if I mentioned that in the previous part. Blaze is a princess. Anyway, the objective of this mission is to put out the flyers. Flame and fires. Okay, I'm slurring my speech a lot. You have to put out the fires with Blaze. You do this by pressing triangle, and Blaze will make a beeline for whatever's in front of her with her Hurricane Fire Cyclone.
Here goes. I got this.
I really want Blaze to be playable again. But the thing is, Sega's kind of roped Blaze into a corner in that she's already an extra-dimensional being, so you have to make some sort of excuse or retcon her story in order to make sure she fits into the natural progression of things. And you've seen what they've done with the retcon of Sonic 06 with Blaze and her being from the future as opposed to an alternate dimension. Which is weird because Blaze was actually a pretty decent character to play as, but her story was already confusing in that game. Not to mention that Sonic Rush, which was Blaze's actual debut game, came out not even a year before Sonic 06, which added to the confusion. So you got a new character who is supposed to be one person, but a year later she's someone completely different, but she's supposed to be the same character as that one thing from before. Yeah, and that's why she's never been playable again, because Sega can't write for crap. Or at least Sonic team of the mid to late 2000s as well as the mid 2010s can't write for crap. Because some of those 2010 games were kind of rough in the writing department too. I mean, Sonic Colors was actually pretty decent. I like a lot of the jokes of that game. Sonic Generations, also pretty good, but it's also a barren story. Lost World was where the train went off the tracks. And then you got the identity crisis of Sonic Forces. Oh god, it's the bee! Get the bee away from me! So Charmy is playing a very adversarial role against me in that he's got all these traps, and he's trying to kill you for some reason. Asshole. So you gotta make it to the goalpost before you die or run out of time. Some of the traps do progress you along your way, others are just plain dickish. Nice song playing in the background. I forgot what game this song actually came from. I think it was Sonic Jam? Oh, god damn it. Yeah, it might have been Sonic Jam or one of the Sega Saturn games. I'm not too sure. Oh, okay. It's Emerald Beach from Sonic Battle. And never played Sonic Battle, so would not know the soundtrack. All I know about Sonic Battle is that it's kind of a prequel to Sonic Advance 3 with that whole super fighting robot thing. That's about it. Oh, I want to swat that bee so bad. I can't even hit him. I cannot hit Charmy. You know how people just abuse Omochao from Sonic Adventure 2? Just throw the thing into space? I want to do the same thing to Charmy. God bless. Look at this. He's trying to kill me with spike barrels. It's self-defense at this point. Let me hit him. And I got an S rank, even though I had to retry. Oh, get me away from Charmy. Get me away from Charmy. Anyway, there's one more thing I have to do before I end the part. And this side mission is going to be Orange Rocket Blast Off. Orange Rocket's blasting off again. I know this is a dumb question, but are Jesse and James and Mewtwo still the villains of Pokemon? I don't even know. I'm damn near 30 years behind the ball when it comes to Pokemon. Hell, I was watching Pokemon in the womb. That's when you get when you have these animes that go on for 50 seasons. They go on so long that they have to change the name of the show. It's like Power Rangers at that point. You got Mighty Morphing, you got Turbo, In Space, Zeo, Lost Galaxy, which sucks. It's pretty much the same thing with Pokemon, and Digimon, and Yu-Gi-Oh! Pretty much all those Pocket Monster shows. Anyway, the goal of this mission is to use the Orange Rocket to go up and up and up to the goal ring. And for some unexplained childish reason, I want to call the Orange Rocket the Red Rocket. I don't know. I can be immature sometimes, okay? Leave me alone. Anyway, this mission is okay. It's kind of boring though. You're just going up and that's it. And I'm also very sick of seeing Planet Wisp after spending, what, 13 minutes in this place? Ugh. Get me out of here. I still enjoy the Planet Wisp theme song though. It's pretty catchy. Oh, you know what else is a good main theme for a Sonic song? Or main theme for Sonic? Reach for the Stars. That's my favorite Sonic song that's not sung by Crush 40, other than Sonic Boom, of course. Which, you gotta admit, Sonic Boom is amazing. Not this Toot Toot Sonic Warrior crap, even though Toot Toot Sonic Warrior's good too. I'm an American, okay? Oh, god damn it, let me get to the goal ring! The box! Oh, I hate these red rockets. Come on, Sonic, aim your shot carefully. Now reach for the stars! That's not reaching for the stars, but that's one way of doing it. And he fell to his death. Okay, there we go. Now, let's find that key and end the parts. I shall see you for the finale of Sonic Generations, where we finally take on the Time Eater.